What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And, well, the final is about to hit here, and there's about 30 seconds left. So if the Rangers score, it's going to stink. But as long as the Rangers don't score here, it's going to be just kind of another one of these paper cut days. We had a paper cut loss on Monday. It's going to be a paper cut loss for us today. The two-leg moneyline parlay is going to hit again, barring a catastrophe here in a second. Mobley went way over, as did Darius Garland. That was on me because the Donovan Mitchell being scratched destroyed that parlay, destroyed that entire handicap. So that was a bummer. Dyson Daniels was the play of the day. He goes over, but Fred VanVleet also went over. So it was a good day for going overs. Bad day for betting unders. A 1-3 mark for the props, but a 1-unit full win for us with the Avs and the Kings, as long as that game winds up going final, which I think it's about to. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it. So I'll let you know what's going to happen here for that. Okay. Welcome to the baseball preview edition of the Daily Juice. A couple things are going to happen here. First, my daughter's got a little thing to say to you guys. She has a request. I'm going to put a link in the bio of both the audio and the video of this podcast. She'll explain here in a second what she's asking you, what the link will wind up doing. So hold on for that. I've got 3 Major League Baseball futures to give you, opening days tomorrow. And then I've got 1 2-leg moneyline parlay to give you guys here for Wednesday. Now, Thursday is going to be a pretty big day. I'm traveling like literally all day today. I am doing my other show, that I'm teaching at UNLV like I always do, and then I'm jumping on a plane and flying 5 hours to Boston. So I'm not going to be able to tape. I'm going to get to where I'm going at like 1:30 in the morning Eastern. So I'm going to tape in the morning. It'll be up to Bettingpros whether or not they want the thing to post. It may post as early as like, I don't know, noon Pacific, maybe an 11 a.m. Pacific. So afternoon for the plays for Thursday. Now, if you watch the live stream, you kind of have a pretty good idea of what I'm betting for Thursday. But in case you didn't, I will recap what the bets are going to be, what I've bet for Thursday in the NCAA tournament for the Sweet 16. So that's how the schedule is going to go for the next 48 hours when it comes to the Daily Juice. But Madeline, why don't you come here? Your second ever appearance on the Daily Juice.
My second?
Well, I mean, as like someone who can talk, you've been a little child. This is.
I've been able to talk like a while now.
What are you asking of the Juice audience?
2 years ago, I asked you guys to donate to my school for my fun run, and I almost won. Until one kid donated $10,000 somehow. Sorry, I'm gonna ask y'all again to donate to my school.
To
raise money for weather things that we need because we low-key kind of fallen behind, but what? Stop laughing at me.
So, we're going to do this. How long does it go for?
Until Friday.
Till this Friday. So it's a small window.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put the link in. Say thank you ahead of time.
Thank you.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Who's going to?
Donate to me.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see what we can do. That's Madeline. Okay, so you want to donate to her fun run. You're running a mile?
What?
How far do you run?
You don't have to run. It's just how long you can run.
Okay, so you run around. She runs for after raising money, so it's a bunch of different things. So
It's Disney themed.
Disney themed this year. Okay, pretty cool. So it's the Disney theme. So I will put the link in the bio for the YouTube video, and also for the bio for the audio interview, the audio of this podcast. So if you'd like to donate, don't feel obligated, but if you do, that's tremendous. And a bunch of you are asking, get the kid involved in the podcast. You know, it's all for a good cause. It's all to raise money. 100% of the money goes to her school, which is Doral Red Rock here in Las Vegas. 3-1 final. Kings win. Parlay hits. So that's good news. So we get that that comes in for us on that. Okay. before I give you the first of the parlays, or sorry, the first of the plays rather, for Major League Baseball, let me remind you about what's going on for the Gary Payton jersey. It is still available at the moment. If you guys want to be a part of it, it's simple to get into this contest. April 1st, we're going to draw a name out. PristineAuction.com is giving us this opportunity. Gary Payton, Supersonics, signed jersey. Subscribe to the Bettingpros YouTube channel. Once you have done that, every time you comment, you get an entry into this. We will pull a name on April the 1st, so make sure you are subscribed to the Bettingpros YouTube channel and comment on this video. Gary Payton signed jersey. It is up for grabs coming up on April the 1st. All right, let's start talking baseball. Let's begin with the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Cardinals are a pretty proud organization. They're not one to go quietly. They're not one to back down. They're not one to just be sort of like, okay, we're going to win 70 games and be okay with it. Right? Baseball is 60 wins, 60 losses, and what you do in between is what makes up your season. That's how baseball normally goes. The Cardinals' win total is set at 76.5. And while they could be trading Nolan Arenado, they've got a lot of young talent on this team, and they're in a division that I actually really like their chances to put some serious wins on. The Pirates are going to be up and down. The Cubs, well, look, we saw them against the Dodgers already. I mean, it's the Dodgers, but I'm not sure how good the Cubs are going to be. The Reds could be the surprise in this division, but I don't know. The Brewers are most likely going to win the division, but you look at the way the Cardinals played last year, and the Cardinals, even though things didn't go great for them last year, the Cardinals still wound up going way over this win total of 76.5. They're kind of like the Red Sox in a way where I tend to look at these teams and I'm like, wait a minute, 76.5 means they're going to be an under 500 baseball team, where last year they were 83-79 and they had a negative 47 run differential. They weren't good last year, and yet they still were 4 games over 500. They finished 10 games back of the Brewers, but they were 44-37. They're always good at Busch. And they were 39-42. Basically, they were flat, 500 on the road. If they duplicate that, it's not a great season. It's not something where you're like, okay, this is tremendous, and look out for the Cardinals. The Cardinals finished 6 games back of the wild card. It was the Padres, Braves, Mets, and the Diamondbacks who were all, battling it out. And you wound up with the Padres, Braves, and the Mets making the postseason. But you've got the Cardinals who were 6 games back, the Cubs who were 6 games back, and the Giants who were 9 games back. I don't need the Cardinals to do much besides just duplicate what they have done here. And historically speaking, if you look at the wins for the Cardinals, I mean, they're generally this is like the Red Sox. I've said this before. Like, you put their win total in the 70s, I'm almost always going to bet over, just because I believe in the organization. I believe in the stability of the organization, and I believe they will do what's right, whether it be trading away a player like Arenado to get a good return, or their farm system going to have players that can come up and help. Sonny Gray is still a really good pitcher, okay? And I know he's been battling some illness, and there's a question about whether he'll be available for opening day, but he's been a really good pitcher for this team as their ace. They've got Mikolas, and they've got Matz, and they've got other pitchers and other arms that there's worse teams in baseball. I think they go like 80-82, which is over 76.5. I don't think they fly over it. I just think the number is too low. I just believe in the Cardinals. I believe in their organization. And I just think this is one of those teams where you can trust that's going to be hanging around. The shortstop is really young and talented. The Wynn kid, Donovan's been a pretty productive player for them. They've got some catching talent on this team. 76.5, we're going to go over. Let's win 77 games for the Cardinals. It's not asking a lot of the Cardinals, to be quite honest, but I just think the Cardinals wind up winning this. And I think the Cardinals are going to get to 80 wins here and go over their projected win total. Cardinals over 76.5 wins for the 2025 baseball season. On the flip side, the Colorado Rockies. My God, we bet this last year, if you remember. It was 60 last year. My name is 59.5, but they won 61. It burned us. Now, Do they win more games than last year? I don't think so. FanDuel has a bet you can make whether the Rockies will have the worst record in baseball. It's plus 210. The favorite, as you would expect, the White Sox. Some people think the White Sox might win more than 54 games. They might win 55, 56 games. They won a bunch of games with the kids in August or in September when they kind of traded everybody away. They weren't actually completely disastrous with the kids in September. So that's why I didn't make that bet, because I don't know what to make of that. Like if the Rockies win 57 games and yet 55 games is won by the White Sox go over their win total, but they still have the worst record in baseball. So that's why I kind of stayed away from that bet, but it's there if you want to make it at 2-1. The Rockies, they went 10-29 against the Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and Giants. They lost by 5 or more runs on 40 different occasions. Like they were absolutely awful. Adam Burke for VSiN has a really good write-up about just how bad the Rockies were last year, and they were really bad. And I think they got a really good shot of being even worse. I mean, they could be even worse than what they were. Why? They went 26-21 last year in one-run games. If you remember, if you're an OG listener to the Juice, you remember what happened with the Marlins, where the Marlins were so good in one-run games, and then the next year we bet on them to go over their win total, and they did. And then we bet under them the next year because of the one-run record, and they were dismal, and they were just absolutely pathetic, and it was an easy window last year. I love fading teams that have a very good, bad teams with a good one-run record. The next year, things tend to go south. The Rockies' win total is 59.5. I think they're going over 100 losses again here. They were 61-101. I think you're seeing 102, 103, 104 losses easy here for this Rockies team. There's just not a lot of good to look forward to. Any type of talent, Freeland or company, anybody who's halfway decent could be traded by the trade deadline or earlier by the Rockies. They're burning it to the ground. There's not much positive to look into. We made it last year. We lost it by a single win. We're going to do it again. Under 59.5 for the wins for the Colorado Rockies. And finally for us here on our third bets, I love the Rangers. I'm going to fall in line with everybody else that the Rangers are there. A great Codified Baseball on Twitter back in February, and these numbers have moved, but they had the Rangers at a 75% chance to make the playoffs. A 75% chance to make the playoffs for the Rangers. This is a team, and everyone's talking about DeGrom. DeGrom's going to be hurt, so don't bet on the Rangers. Okay, but the division is who? The Astros and the Mariners? The Mariners can't score. They can pitch, but they can't really score. Astros will be good, but they got all questions. Altuve's playing the outfield. I mean, what does Alvarez look like this year? No Bregman's got to replace the bat in the lineup for the Astros. The Rangers are going to be a really good baseball team, and I think the Rangers, in terms of playoff, Eovaldi, DeGrom, they'll get John Gray back at some point. They got Cody Bradford coming back at some point. Their bullpen's going to be halfway decent. They've got Simeon. They picked up Jake Berger, brought him over. They got Corey Seager. They've got a lot of talent. Garcia, they picked up Jock Peterson. They're going to score a lot of runs. In that ballpark, they're going to score a lot of runs. And I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. And frankly, look, last year the Rangers, it was the hangover from the World Series. They went 78-84. I think you're going to see them bounce back in a really big way. And I really do think you're going to see the Rangers be a serious contender in the American League for the pennant in the playoffs. I think we're going to be talking about the Rangers again as to what they look like and just how dominant they can be at times. And if DeGrom stays healthy, I'm not worried about this bet at all. I think we're going to be sitting pretty for this bet to go over for the wins. 85.5 wins for the Texas Rangers. We're going over 85.5 wins for the Texas Rangers. Okay? So, over 76.5 wins for the Cardinals, under 59.5 wins for the Rockies, and over 85.5 wins for the Texas Rangers. You want a bonus one? everyone's on my Red Sox. And I mean like everyone. Okay, I'm on my Red Sox. But I'm not going to give you guys, I'm not making it official because it's a curse. But instead, I'm going to give you kind of a unique bet on FanDuel. This is neat. It's a 5-1 bet. Alex Bregman, who only Ted Williams has had a better record, a better number stretch at Fenway Park with a minimum of 75 at-bats than Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman to hit 30 or more home runs, parlayed with Garrett Crochet to strike out more than 200 batters. Now, obviously, you need Garrett Crochet to stay healthy for this to happen. However, Alex Bregman with that left field wall, with a chance to hit pop-ups to left field, much like the Crawford boxes in Houston at Minute Maid, you got a chance to get some cheapy home runs that can push your average over. For a player like Alex Bregman, who's going to have protection, much like he had in Houston, he's got Rafael Devers to protect him. 30 home runs or more. Alex Bregman hit 26 last year. He hit 25 the year before, 23 the year before that. So 3 straight years. In Boston, at Fenway Park, can he potentially get to 30? It's 5-1. If Crochet stays healthy, he struck out 209 batters last year, and they had a governor on the guy. They wouldn't let him go. The Red Sox are going to let him go. They're going to let him pitch, okay? He's in a walk year. So 100% Garrett Crochet is going to get the chance to go ahead and go and pitch. He'll get over 200 strikeouts if Garrett Crochet is healthy. The question will be Bregman. Does he get to 30 home runs? If he does, he's in the MVP conversation. 5-1 bet. Not official, but if you want a bonus play, you want an extra Major League Baseball future, there it is. FanDuel's got it. 5-1. Bregman over 30 home runs and over 200 strikeouts for Garrett Crochet of the Boston Red Sox. You can bet $750 to win the pennant if you want. You can bet plus 260 for them to win the AL East if you want. I just hate betting into bad numbers. Those things were way higher. I mean, the win total for the Red Sox is ridiculous. Like, it has completely been shifted. If you bet it early, congratulations. But, I mean, it opened at 83.5. It's now 86.5. I'm not betting into markets like that, where we could have gotten to 3 runs better, 3 wins easier. Now we need 87 wins. They may still get it, but I don't like betting into markets like that. I mean, I'd rather just bet the Red Sox individually. One more thing before I tell you about our friends at Omaha Steaks. Somebody on the Discord channel was asking me about betting futures. Guys, you can bet however much you want. Okay, you don't need me to walk you through everything. You can decide how much money you want to bet on a future, how many units you want to bet. I bet multiple. Let me say this again. I bet multiple units on every future. I just say officially to go 1 unit because for me, I have a conscience and I don't want to walk any of you guys off a cliff where all of a sudden I make a play, you guys commit 10 units to it and it misses and it crushes you. In addition to, make sure that when you tie the money up, it's money you don't need. If you have the money, awesome. If you don't bet it. No one's making you. Not the end of the world to say, hey, I'm not going to tie up my money for 6 months. No one's making you do that, okay? Just FYI. It's all up to you. I just tell you what I bet. You guys can fade or follow it, okay? You want to come along for the ride? We tend to do pretty well with these futures, okay? We almost always wind up profitable. Hockey this year is probably going to be flat, but normally we do pretty well with them. So bet what you want, bet what you can, be conservative, stay in the game. But don't be like, well, if I only bet $10, it's to win $9. It's 6 months. Is that smart? No, you answered your own darn question. No, it's not smart. Obviously, bet individual games. If you're betting $10, futures aren't really all that fun, okay? Just to be frank, you got to bet more than that. Why? Because they're hedge opportunities. You have $100, $200, more than that, whatever, to commit into that bet. You can play off of it. Once you get somewhere, you can start hedging and guaranteeing profit, okay? So just to make that perfectly clear, somebody on the Discord channel, I was really having a hard time with that yesterday about what to bet and how to bet with futures. Do what you want. I simply just say 1 unit because I don't want anyone else getting in trouble if they're new to betting. Okay. Let me tell you about our friends at Omaha Steaks. Have you guys gone to their semi-annual sale? It is going on right now. Look, these are opportunities for you guys. If you enjoy what we do, how we stay on the air, how we keep this podcast free, how we keep doing what we are doing is thanks to our sponsors and people that come in and support the podcast. And Omaha Steaks has been with us for a while. I am super appreciative of the support that Omaha Steaks has given us. You guys have been tremendous. You have been the Daily Juice is one of their best marketing platforms. They tell us all the time that the Juice audience is so passionate and they are so thankful for everything that goes on with this. And you have the semi-annual sale going on, which can save you guys, 50% off. Plus, if you use the promo code JUICE, you get $30 off your order. Okay. These are the people that keep us going. These are the people that let us provide this podcast for free each and every single morning. And look, there are a lot of options that you guys have out there. There's a lot of things you guys can go and buy and spend your money on. It's something that we really take seriously. Those that look to support the podcast and want to keep us on the air, I want as many people to know about these sponsors and to really be a part of everything we are doing and help them keep offering these offers, help them be a part of what we're doing each and every single day here on the Daily Juice. So go to omahasteaks.com, use the promo code JUICE, 50% off their semi-annual sale. Plus that promo code JUICE takes an additional $30 off. Minimum purchase may be required. Our thanks to Omaha Steaks. Extra $30 off with the promo code JUICE during the semi-annual sale at omahasteaks.com for a 50% off site-wide sale. Promo code JUICE takes an additional $30 off. Okay, so I've hit 4 in a row here. We did it with that one little money line, or the puck line that didn't cash, but 4 straight money line parlays. I'm going to give you another one, but this time I'm going cross sport. I'm not going to stick to one sport. I'm going to do cross sports. Hockey for tomorrow. For today. It is a very small slate. Small slate of games. Only 4 of them. You can take Anaheim against the Bruins if you want, but Anaheim is a little risky. Anaheim beat the Bruins in Boston. Boston's lost 6 straight games. By the way, if you did take the St. Louis Blues, like I mentioned, and turn that into a 3-leg parlay, that cashed. You can do the same thing here today. You can take Anaheim over Boston if you want, but instead, I think it's easier to come in and take the New York Islanders, the New Jersey Devils, who are playing for playoff standings in a big way. The Devils are currently 3rd in the Metropolitan. They have 81 points. Right behind them, the Ottawa Senators with 79 and the Montreal Canadiens with 75. So they can't afford to do anything here, and they got to keep it rolling. Now, they've lost 3 games in a row. That is not good for a team in playoff contention. The good thing for them is that they're playing a pretty bad hockey team here in the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks are already eliminated from playoff contention. They're 2-6-2 over their last 10 games. They have a negative 61 goal differential. And for the Blackhawks, 7-24-5. 7-24-5 on the road. At home, they're not much better. 14-17-4. For the Islanders on the road, they're 20-15-2. That's better than their home mark of 17-13-5. So we're taking the Islanders. The Devils. Can we go on the Islanders? Sorry. The Devils. The New Jersey Devils. Islanders are playing, so don't confuse it. Islanders are at home against Vancouver. We're taking New Jersey on the road. The Devils on the road. And we're going to parlay it with a college basketball NIT game. This involving, and this I can't wait to watch this because Loyola Chicago is at home against Kent State. Okay. Loyola Chicago this season in a quarterfinal matchup against the Golden Flashes, they're favored by 4.5. Number was 5.5. It's been bet down. or Loyola Chicago. I come up with Loyola Chicago. Sorry, it's late. Loyola Chicago, the Ramblers, are 16-1 at home this year. The Golden Flashes are 10-5 on the road, so it's not like they're horrible. They're 10-5 on the road. But against the number, Loyola Chicago is only 8-8. Kent State is 11-8-1. This game may be close, but I like Loyola Chicago to win the game and keep this mark of 16-1 at home in the quarterfinals. And I think given proximity, just what we've seen out of Loyola at home this year, even in this tournament, what we've seen out of the Ramblers here, wins against San Francisco on the road, against San Jose State on the road, 73-70, 77-76. They've been pretty good in tight basketball games. Let's get another one here. It's a plus 114 parlay for Loyola Chicago and the New Jersey Devils. All right, so that should be Loyola Chicago, not IL. That should be LU, Loyola Chicago, LOY, Loyola Chicago. Money line, okay? You can also bet UC Irvine, by the way. I love UC Irvine, and that's been a team that's been a ton of fun. They got UAB, though. UAB's that's a tough matchup for Irvine. They're 7-6 at home, ATS. UAB is 10-8. The Anteaters have been good to us. We bet them late, but they didn't cover in their last game against Jacksonville State. They were at home, and they won by 5. They did cover against Northern Colorado for us. We were on them in that game there, but we got to see. I don't know. I'm a little concerned about UAB winning that game. So if you want something extra, you can take Irvine money line if you want, but I'd probably bet it in game if I was doing anything with that game. But Cardinals over 76.5 wins. Rockies under 59.5 wins. Rangers over 85.5 wins. The bonus is unofficial, but Bregman over 30 home runs and Crochet over 200 Ks at 5-1. That's not official. Devils money line, Loyola Chicago money line at plus 114. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.